I think one of the most important things is helping a person get to know themselves, and I think that's one of the brilliant things about Ayurveda, is that it helps us to get to know ourselves by knowing our Prakriti, by knowing our unique makeup of the 5 elements. Then we get to know who we are, and we get to know what things cause us to become imbalanced, what things cause us to feel fearful, and what things deplete our energy, what things are toxic for us, what kinds of energies are toxic for us. And so with that knowledge, then we can create health. Ayurveda says that we create health by knowing who we are, like having a deep knowing of who we are. And the other way of putting it is that it's easy to find ourselves in a state of imbalance by just not knowing who we are and what our needs are. The symptoms are considered very valuable because the symptoms give us a clue about what's going on in the underlying doshic balance or elemental balance. So the symptoms are considered very important, and we want to be able to listen to them to really get clues about what's going on. And then addressing the underlying imbalance or the root cause with food, nutrition, herbs, meditation, yoga, pranayama, and lifestyle. My goal is to kind of, stabilize the person, like we talked about, like cleanse or clear any toxins, mental, emotional, and physical, enkindle the digestive fire, and nourish the system, no matter what your dosha is. Really nourish the tissues, especially in the case of depression, the nervous system tissue, the brain and the nervous system. And then from there, the body can heal itself. The foods that we eat also have an effect on our emotional and mental balance or imbalance. So we can use food energetically to bring ourselves into balance. And there's a principle in Ayurveda called like increases like, and opposites are medicine. I use herbs and botanicals in 3 specific ways. The first way is making sure the digestion and the digestive fire, or the Agni, is strong and clear, because we have to be able to digest our food well in order to receive the nutrients and clear out any waste or toxins. So the first thing I would do is make sure a person's digestive fire, or their Agni, is balanced. And then secondly, the second way I would use botanicals would be for detoxification. So detoxifying the channels, clearing out the channels. And then thirdly, the third way that I use herbs is as nourishment and rejuvenation. And the word in Ayurveda for that is rasayana, so rejuvenative herbs. Meditation is one of the ways to help people with depression. And what that can do is, again, help people to get to know their own minds. So this idea of returning to your breath, or returning to a point of focus again and again, and noticing the busyness of our minds, noticing the different thoughts that we have, either always thinking about the past or always thinking about the future. And meditation helps us return again and again to a direct experience of the present. And we can cultivate that more. And the possibility is that if we cultivate more of a sense of being in the present, or having a direct experience of how things are right now, then we naturally feel our sense of harmony with ourselves and harmony with the world around us. So we feel this sense of the consciousness of who we are, sort of the big picture of who we are.
In yogic terms, or in yoga, there's no separation between physical, mental, psychological, emotional, and spiritual. There's different layers that you can connect to in practice, and that really is left up to the practitioner in a way. Some people come for the physical, but they'll still benefit psychologically and emotionally. Some people come because they know they're emotionally in need of finding balance, and what will happen for them on the mat is that the tension that may build up from holding emotions, which many people do, like if you feel anger, you feel sadness, even if you feel joy, some people will kind of try to contain it. And if you come onto your mat on a regular basis, yoga really won't let you do that. Meaning the movement and the twists and the holding of poses starts to squeeze the muscle, literally squeeze the muscle, and any kind of tension, which could be emotional because we hold emotional tension actually in our muscle tissue and in our nervous system. So if you start to move and you start to squeeze and you start to rearrange the furniture, so to say, physically and through the nervous system, you'll start to feel those emotions surface. And it's not unusual in a class. You might start laughing, you might start crying, and so that gets rinsed out of your body so that when you leave, you can actually be present and feel connected to what's happening in the moment as opposed to holding on to those places or repressing the emotion. Ujjayi is a breath, it's a vigorous, actually it's translated to victorious breath, Ujjayi, and it's channeled in and out through the nose, through the nostrils, specifically so that you can get the oxygen through the nasal passageway through into the lungs, where it's going to do the best and most work.
I mean, Ayurveda really means a science of life, so the science of life and longevity. So it's really learning how to live a healthy, balanced lifestyle. And we all can use that. And you can use little bits of it. You don't have to like dive in and do everything.
Mm-hmm.
You can use, say you're just really attracted to the food choices and you do that. There can be some nice returning to balance. Or you're just attracted to the meditation and the pranayama. My role in part is to inspire people to take care of themselves in ways that can be really enjoyable and nurturing and fun and empowering.